It's one of the strictest policies for a police force in Canada, but Chief Mark Saunders is standing by it for now. In Toronto, officers can't light up within 28 days of reporting for duty. And while the union says that whether or not a cop should be able to work should be dependent on a fit-for-duty test, Chief Mark Saunders at the police board meeting today said it's not that simple.
You know, prior to this, the fit for duty had a stronger lean towards alcohol consumption. When we're talking about recreational drugs, the one thing that research says that is consistent is that you do not compare alcohol to cannabis. They are two different psychoactive drugs, and with that, I think that it's an opportunity to have a harder look at what fit for duty can be defined as.
I'm concerned about when it comes down to an arbitrary number of saying, well, 10 days ago or 20 days ago, if there's nothing to demonstrate that actually is adversely affecting officers in their judgment, then I have a concern about simply arbitrarily coming up with rules.
Now, another big issue discussed at the meeting today, the increased use of conducted energy weapons, also known as tasers. Now, in February, the board had approved the expanded use of the weapons to hundreds of frontline police officers. Now they have a report just showing how often they're being used. So, for example, from May to August, constables used the weapons 78 times, but in 60 of those times, they didn't actually fire them. They only displayed them as a deterrent. And the police says it's the highest display of force in the service's history.
Even just the display of a conducted energy weapon can often be the safest way to rectify a very volatile situation, as opposed to before, when officers may have had to resort to an empty hand technique. So I don't think that it's entirely accurate to say it's an increase in use so much as it's an increase in the reflection of availability for those officers and their ability to bring some situations safely under control.
Now, the report also states that for the constables who were issued the conducted energy weapons, they were 87% effective in gaining control over the subject. The TPS says the overall goal, of course, is to reduce the number of deaths without increasing the use of force.